What's up guys, Invader1 here again and welcome back to the gun shop. Now today we are going to talk about the Suppressor, which is a pretty cool gun, and it is a gun that was released on one of the last DLCs that we had. And I will tell you this about this gun, that ever since the gun was released there have been no updates to it, meaning the moment the gun was released there were the last few balance changes that happened with BioWare for this game. There were no updates to it. There were no balance changes on it. There was no increases in damage or ammo or decreases. There were no complaints about this gun being overpowered or anything like that. So I just wanted to get that out of the way and let you guys know that, because the gun, it is as is from the moment it was released. And I am showing some pug gameplay here, by the way, although some of the people that are in this game are now kind of buddies of mine, I guess. But at this point in time for this game, this was a pug game. I didn't know anybody here, so decided to play this game and to kind of show the power of the Suppressor. I will say this though, I wasn't sure if I wanted to use this gameplay, and I'll tell you why. Because I had two other Suppressor gameplays. There was another one that was really impressive. I came into a hosted match that I wasn't hosting. Somebody else's host, and I came like in wave 2. And as soon as I got into wave 2, it was versus Cerberus on Firebase White, playing with pugs, and I got my 20 headshots, like I think within a wave and a half. So I got the headshots really fast. We were playing against Cerberus, and it was really cool, because this is what this gun is about. Now, unfortunately, that game we didn't extract. I don't know what happened. I think the game lagged out like on wave 8, and I was so upset because I was just tearing it up. And I was using a different kit. I was using the Turian Sentinel, which is really great for this gun, by the way, because to kind of work this gun for headshots, you use a character that has something like energy drain, or especially overload. The Turian Sentinel has that overload. He stripped the shields, and you could just drop shots to the enemy's head, and it works quite well for headshots. It actually has a headshot multiplier, which is really good. So if you're focusing on headshots for this gun, this is what this gun is about. This gun is all about headshots. Now, the reason, and I'll tell you why, the reason I wasn't sure if I wanted to use this gameplay, although the gameplay is really cool. It's versus collectors on the Hazard Ghost, which this is a little bit of a tough game, because you have to be careful with your shields, and you got to be careful, especially playing with collectors. They have a lot of DOT damage, a little damage over time, and at the same time your shields drop if you're outside and the acid rain is on top of you. So my only problem with this gameplay was that, although you see the power of the Suppressor, and you see that I am focusing a lot on headshots, my powers continue to steal headshot kills from me. So the Salarian Engineer is an excellent character for this weapon, but I use Incinerate quite a bit because of the debuffs that it has to armor, and a lot of the great things that it does. But it kept on stealing a lot of my kills that I could have gotten headshots on. So I didn't get my headshot. I did get my 20 headshot medal, but I got it till way later, as opposed to the other gameplays that I've had where I got it like within a wave and a half or 2 waves. There was another video that I had that I was going to use. It just took a little long. I figured I use this one. This one seemed to be a lot more fun to look at. You have the collectors. They're always kind of gooky and fun to well, they're fun to look at on gameplay. They're tough to play against because of all the little tips and the little tricks that they do, that they have up their sleeves, and they're kind of glitchy in many ways. So I figured this gameplay would be a lot more fun to show, and to talk about the Suppressor and go through it, and you still see the power of the Suppressor. It's a really excellent gun, and I have I'm going to talk about the mods that I'm working with here, and at the same time the mods that you can put on the gun, just so you guys are wondering, well, what kind of mods can I use, what can I do here to make this gun work. So first off, like I said before, this is an excellent gun for headshots. If you are focusing on headshots, you're focusing on out in the enemy's head, the damage is multiplied big time. Okay, so that's a great thing about this gun, and that's pretty much why it looks the way it looks. It almost looks like it has a silencer in front, and I guess that's why it sounds the way it sounds. I actually like the way this gun sounds, and even the way it kind of feels when, you know, if you have a dual shock controller or some kind of controller, you know, the way it works, it's a very light vibration, meaning that it kind of gives you the feeling of a gun that, like the gun that has a silencer. And no, I'm not saying, guys, that I have a gun that has like a silencer on it, and, you know, don't start calling the cops or something, and be like, well, Invader, oh my God, you're crazy. Why do you have a silencer in your weapon? What are you, a hitman? No, none of that. But I'm just saying that, you know, the kind of feel of this gun and the way it works, the way it sounds, it's really, really cool. I actually like it. It's a very good pistol. There are some drawbacks. Which I will talk about in a moment. But the gun, guys, I like it. I like the way it sounds. I like the way it works. I like the fact that there is not a lot of kickback. You know, there's some weapons that kind of kick back a little bit too much. This one is pretty straight. It's pretty sharp, and it's really good. It's stable. So, mind you, if you're using a Turian character, which would, like the Turian Sentinel, would be great for this gun. It's excellent for this gun. Then, you know, you wouldn't even have to worry about stability anyways. The gun would still be as accurate as possible. But if you're not using a Turian and you're using a character like this, like the Salarian engineer, you're still going to be able to get headshots. You're still going to be able to focus on it. The stability is decent, and it works out quite well. Now, the damage bar on this gun is not big. It's not huge. It's not a big damage bar. So the thing is, that's why you really want to focus on headshots with this gun. You want to make sure that you get that headshot multiplier. I believe it's 5 times. I'm not exactly sure. That detail is kind of obscure to me, and I have not been able to find that. But the headshot bonuses that you get with this gun is absolutely insane. It is good, and you notice the differences as opposed to shooting the body of the enemy as to shooting at the head. And that's with every weapon, that's with everything that you do in this game. You get a massive headshot bonus, but this gun actually has a headshot multiplier, which increases, so that's a great thing. You could drop enemies, you could drop mooks. If you use this against Cerberus, and I may do some more gameplay with this gun versus Cerberus, you'll see it. I mean, using it on the Turian Sentinel or the Geth Engineer will be great as well because of overload, and then strip shields and then just drop some shots at the enemy's head. It's a great thing. Now this character like this, like a Salarian Engineer, he's great for it as well because he has energy drain. You can use energy drain on an enemy, strip some of the shields, and at the same time stun the enemy. It will allow you to drop some, pop some headshots. So that's a great thing about that. Now the damage is not great, so you really want to focus on headshots with this gun. You want to pace yourself with it. You actually want to play, you want to focus on the head. And again, the stability is good enough that you can do that. So, stop being a noob. don't rush it. Take your time, actually take your time to focus on the head, stop doing the body shot. Although, it kind of makes sense to do the body shot if we were in real life, right? Body shot is the way to go. You go for the body shot. But, this gun is kind of specific for headshots. So that's one thing there. Now, the good thing about this gun is that the weight, I have it at level 10, so I don't know if maybe you guys might have it at level 1 or level 2, whatever. Level 10 is pretty decently light. Even on this character, Salarian Engineer, my power recharge speed is only 120%, so it does have some weight, but it's still, it's decent enough. And that's only because I'm looking at it with the heavy barrel. If I put it the way I have it on this game, then it's 170%, and I'll talk about that in a moment. I put some of the two different setups for the mods in the beginning of the video, so you guys can see that. You guys can turn back to that. But the kind of mods that you want to work in this game are the following. So the way I have it set up in this game, I just have the pistol piercing mod for armor piercing, so that I can shoot through light cover, and then I have the pistol magazine upgrade. Why do I go with the pistol magazine upgrade? Because this gun, I guess the BioWare team felt that, hey, this is a headshot weapon, it's very powerful, huge multiplier against headshots and all that. So you know what? We're not gonna make it too powerful unless you're hitting the head. but we're gonna make sure that you don't have a lot of capacity. So there's not a lot of bullets to this gun, so you kind of run out. You run out quite quickly, and if you're working on a boss like this, Praetorian or enemy like that, you're gonna have to go back and forth between ammo boxes. So this is why I kind of chose the Salarian Engineer to kind of have some powers to help compensate for the lack of power that the gun has for the major boss enemies. So that's one thing. So the capacity is very low. You're definitely gonna have to go back and forth between ammo boxes to make sure that you do get at least, you know, some ammo to be able to kill the rest of the enemies. Now the bosses may be a little tougher to take down. You know, you notice in this gameplay towards the end, I think I have 6 gels. Like I still ended up with 6 gels. Ended up with pretty much all my ops packs, and I think all of my missiles. Except for thermals. I kept on, you know, I had to replace my ammo at some points because it was just kept on running out. So the reason I wanted to be very specific about that is because if you're taking this gun into platinum, be very, very careful. You definitely want to take a secondary if you're taking this gun into platinum. Now, platinum is great. Platinum is great for this gun. This gun works great on platinum as well. You're good with using it on the mooks like the marauders, cannibals, the husks, the abominations, the troopers, whether they're Geth or collector troopers. You know, the mid-tier enemies. But the boss enemies, although if you focus on the head, that's fine. This gun will still do some great damage. It'll still work. But you need to compensate somehow with either your powers or, you know, have another weapon with you that just punches harder. So that's the drawback there when it comes to the higher difficulty for working with boss enemies. But overall, this gun is excellent at the lower difficulties. Like, this is gold right here, and it does a great job. Really does a great job. The only time I have trouble is just, you know, running out of ammo and having to having to work bosses quite a bit. Like I'll run out of an entire clip on a boss and then have to come back, at least get another clip, and then go right ahead and just finally finish off the boss. So that's that. So you know, that's a little bit of a drawback. It goes through ammo, and you have to kind of like hug the ammo boxes. You know, you gotta kiss it, hang out there for a little while, beg it, you know, to give you some ammo, and then you can get your ammo and go right ahead and use it. So that in my opinion is one of the drawbacks. So now in this situation, like I was saying before, I'm using the pistol piercing mod and the pistol magazine upgrade for the ammo. But let's say you're not too worried about ammo, and you kind of want to make the gun a little stronger. You could actually go with the other mod that I was showing here, is using the pistol heavy barrel and then leaving the pistol piercing mod. Now, this way you have armor piercing on the gun, and at the same time you have an additional 40% damage increase on the gun. Now that does increase the damage a little, quite significantly. It gets you, but it doesn't get you nearly close to half of the damage bar for the gun. So it is pretty decent, but I think due to the fact that after playing with this gun quite a few times, I run out of ammo way too quickly. I'd rather take away the damage and have more ammo with me and get a few more shots in than have a lot more damage and run out, because it's 40% more damage is decent. It is more powerful, but it's not powerful enough to compensate or to kill enough enemies. You know I mean, you'll be out of ammo before you kill all the enemies that you want to kill. So I mean, I prefer the setup that I have on this video, but I also wanted to put the other setup. Say, hey, if you wanted to do this, you can definitely do that as well, as long as you make sure you're paying attention to the ammo boxes, because you're really gonna be spending time at the ammo crates. You definitely are. You could probably put a water fountain or something there, camp out and put a little tent, because you're gonna be living there, or go pretty much, or get a little bike so you could you could take a trip from ammo crate to ammo crate. So that's a big drawback of this gun, guys. So A lot of the kits that you can use this gun are obviously characters like Turin Soldier. I mean, you know what? Let me rephrase that. Let me take that away. There are a lot of characters that this gun can work well with. I think this gun will work well with pretty much any character in the game. That's because it is very light. It can work with Adepts. You can put it on, you know, the Asari Adept. You can put it on the Asari Justicar, and it'll do it'll do great. So this gun is a really good gun. And I did want to say that, you know, the drawbacks are the ammo. The ammo are the drawbacks, and that the damage is not that great, but it is excellent for what it is, which is a gun for headshots. It is a really good gun for headshots. You can work enemies on it, and you know, it really helps you clean house with it. So this gun, I would say, is a very quite more well-rounded pistol than a lot of the other pistols, due to the fact that you have a great headshot multiplier on it. So having said that, there are many kits that will make this gun a lot stronger. You know, if you're obviously using the Geth Infiltrator with the gun, but you know, why would you use this gun with the Geth Infiltrator? You know what I mean? There are a lot of other guns that you could put in the Geth Infiltrator or the Geth Engineer or whatever, but this gun is great overall for pretty much all the characters in the game. And if you are speccing a character to specifically take advantage of this gun, make sure that you do spec into the additional headshot bonus on the passives on rank 5. So if you guys know, most of the characters have, you know, the headshot damage bonus on rank 5 in their passives. You know, the additional 20%, some are a little higher, you know, and you get that percentage, and then you apply this gun to it. I mean, you're gonna be destroying enemies pretty quickly, and that's the good thing. And I believe that's why the damage on this gun is not that high, because I gotta tell you, I kind of wish the other gameplay with the Cerberus would have come out, because literally I was just dropping Cerberus troopers left and right, and I will probably do another gameplay with it, so you guys can see that. But even here you can see how, you know, really quickly, if you focus on the head, the damage just, you know, the enemies just start dropping. The only thing is that, you know, Incinerate is it's a kill beast. It just kills so much that it kept on stealing my headshots. So I didn't get it till way later into the game, which was a little unfortunate, because this gun is exactly that. It's a headshot machine. So, and, you know, having said that, some of the other characters that I've used it have been the Turin Sentinel, the Salarian Engineer. The Salarian Infiltrator will be decent for this. You get that additional tackle bonus, but that's, you know, that's what happens with the Salarian, like for example, the Salarian Infiltrator. Any Infiltrator, you're going to get those tackle bonuses. The guns are going to be a lot stronger with Infiltrators because of the tactical cloak bonuses. But, you know, there are many other characters that can take advantage of a gun like this. And you know, I would say, because it's a light gun, I mean, you could put it on even Adepts and work it and do quite well. You know, this is the kind of gun that you take with enemies that you know you're going to be stripping shields, with enemies that use another power, like, let's say example, the Asari Vanguard. I haven't seen a lot of people use the Asari Vanguard as of late, although when I'm going to have to do another video on her or do some gameplay on her, because she's very powerful. But the Asari Vanguard has that stasis, and you just drop that stasis and then just shoot at the head of the enemy, especially if you have War Bronze on this thing. It'll absolutely tear apart the enemies. So you can work, you know, these headshot bonuses many different ways, and you can use this gun with many different characters. And as long as you're creative, as long as you understand, you know, how to use the character, how your gun works, then you should be okay. You should be able to, you know, rock any weapon, you know, with in this game with any character that you'd like to. But this kind of gun, you know, I will definitely keep it for characters that can strip shields or have some kind of stunning power. My guy has 2 stunning powers, which is great. He's got Energy Drain and Incinerate, even though Incinerate kept on stealing my kills. But, you know, Energy Drain is great. You use Energy Drain, strip the shield, stun the enemy, and boom, 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 right to the head. Done, 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 done. So this is the Suppressor, guys, and I actually enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep on using it. I definitely will be using it, probably on the live stream, when I start doing that again. And by the way, guys, I'm gonna be doing more live streams. I'm gonna be doing them either weekly or bi-weekly. I had a lot of fun with you guys in the last time. I had done live streams a long time ago. The thing is that I decided not to at that point in time not to keep on doing them, because it's just I did not have the amount of time, and it was just it was a little crazy. I didn't have the right setup, but now I actually have the right setup. The last live stream that I did worked out quite well. The sound was good, the quality was good. I was even watching it myself on my own laptop while I was doing it, and it's just the quality was really great. So I can do it, and that's on Twitch. And if you guys don't know what my live stream account is on Twitch, I had a previous one on Justin TV, but now I have it on Twitch. So if you don't know what it is, just go to my channel homepage, and I added it as a link. So if definitely subscribe there as well. So if you guys want to see some live gameplay, it'll notify you when I'm online. So like that, you guys get a quick email or something like that, and like that you don't miss out on it. Because I've gotten a lot of requests for doing live streaming, and you guys seem to enjoy it. I enjoy it quite a bit, and at the same time, I guess doing it live, it kind of gives you you guys can see my thoughts behind the gameplay. You guys can see how I go about it, and like I have some people send me give me some insight as to what they were seeing, and they were like, wow, this is amazing. I think there were about 140 at one point watching the live stream, and I got some comments about me using the Nova Guard. They were like, man, you're really good with that guide. I'm like, well, I like showing him on Platinum, because once you know how to use the Human Vanguard on Platinum, it's like you could tear everything apart. So people were seeing that, and a few of the characters playing with the Javelin. I love playing with the Javelin, and then a lot of people noticed that as well, especially in console, because in the console, there's always the whole stigma of it being tougher to snipe, do headshots on the console, which it is in comparison to PC. In comparison to PC, headshots on PC are more trivial as compared to consoles. Console, you have to kind of work your skill level to be able to do that. So on that stream, I was doing GI Javelin. Actually, the Javelin gameplay with the Human Infiltrator and the GI as well at one point. So hopefully we'll be able to do a lot more of that, and I'll be rocking the different builds and weapons and taking your suggestions, guys, for that. So definitely be ready for that. And if you have any requests as to what you guys would like to see in those live streams, definitely let me know. But I will be doing that very soon. And also another game day with the subs. I will be doing another game day, and this time will be with PS3. So I am going to be I did keep a lot of the gamer tags that you guys sent me. I do have a maxed buddy list on PS3, so I'm gonna have to work with that and see who I can play with on that game day with the subs. So that's gonna be coming up soon. I'm gonna announce it in about a week from now. I need to set up the time and to work it right. And we'll go from there. And and here on this gameplay, I'm noticing I don't know why. I think I got into this this whole rhythm. I kept on I kept on messing up with the Praetorians. You're not supposed to, guys. Don't shoot at the Praetorian when they're meaning. Don't use your power on the Praetorian when they're hovering. When they're hovering, don't use your power, because they'll bubble up, and it'll give them a bonus, kind of like a defense bonus, and they'll be able to survive more, take more hits. So, anyways, that's that, guys. This is the Suppressor, great headshot weapon, low on ammo. That's the drawback. But I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. I will see you guys in the next video. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and Invader1 out.